What's happening, boys? Will Freeman coming at you live and in living color. Driving through, I don't know where the fuck I am, somewhere in Thailand. I'm coming at you today because I want to talk about freedom. Why you should chase freedom over power. Freedom, my friend, means one thing. You get to do whatever the fuck you want. This is a Thursday afternoon. I'm out here on the open road because I don't have shit to do. All I have to do today is to talk to you guys and go for a bike ride. Because I structured my life in a way where I'm free. A lot of guys end up chasing power. The reason that's a mistake is because power comes with responsibility. Freedom doesn't come with any responsibility. Freedom means you get to do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. Power means you gotta manage somebody. Power means you gotta be there all the time making sure shit gets done. Power means you gotta deal with employees, or you gotta deal with guys who work underneath you, or you gotta manage subjects in your kingdom. If you look at the elite, and you hear a lot about the elite and how they rule over us, and that's true, they don't fucking look happy to me. Hillary Clinton does not look like a happy woman to me. She probably hasn't had a happy day in the last year and a half. She can barely walk, and her entire life is spent trying to gain power from one scandal to the other, from one problem to the other, from one disaster to the other, all in search of having that power. Like every politician and every ruler, they're addicted to one thing and one thing only, and that's power. And that power doesn't even make them happy. It's like a cigarette. You're addicted to it, but it does not make you happy. It doesn't make you happy having to be responsible for everything. Alright? When I was in sales, they used to try and gas me up and get me to manage some of the younger guys. You know, without a pay raise, of course, and they say, look, hey, you got to take care of this guy, make sure that, he knows what he's doing, help him out when you can, and, make sure that he's trying to hit his targets. And they try and gas me up on a status thing, where I'm the big brother taking care of the young brother. That's the last thing I want to do, because then I got to be responsible for the kids' targets. And I don't get anything extra with it. Maybe a bit of a bonus. Same thing with guys who go into middle management. It's a fucking joke. Spend their whole life, they spend 20, 30 years working their way up to middle management so they get to tell 20 people what to do. This is fucking garbage. It's garbage. Who gives a fuck if you get to tell some people what to do? You gotta be in the office 40, 50 hours a week. You gotta manage them 50 hours a week. You gotta respond to emails when you get home. For what? A title? A fucking plaque on your door? It's garbage. It's garbage. It's not worth it. It's not worth the responsibility. It's not worth being tied down. It's not worth the commitment. It's not worth shit. All that fucking matters in life is being happy. And the less responsibilities you have, the happier you are. My average day is happier than the average fucking employee's best day. This is my average fucking day. This is my average day. All my friends back home are at work. This is my average fucking day. I'm doing this shit. I mean, my average day in sales would be my worst day of the year. cannot put a price tag on freedom. And trading it for a bit of power is the dumbest thing you can do. If you're gonna trade your freedom, trade it for money. Money, at least, can eventually buy you your freedom and can buy you the things that you want. Power can't do anything for you. Power just gives you a bit of status. But you know what? You can have status without the power. I have status right now. You're listening to me right now because you think I'm an authority. I get the affection and the admiration and the status from guys without having the responsibility. Guys buy my book, that's it. I don't have to respond to anyone. I don't have to manage anybody. That's how I structure things. Everyone wants status, but the smart move is to get the status without the responsibility of the power. That's how you do it. But more important than status is freedom. Because the one thing you can't buy is your time. The one thing you can't get back is your time. And they're not making any more of it. Your time is the most fucking valuable thing in the world. And I'm telling you that as a 34-year-old guy who took 32 fucking years to get free. 32 fucking years I gave my life to the system, to jobs, to school, to parents. 32 years it took me to get free. And only in the last 2 years have I got my time back. And I can tell you, every fucking minute of that last 2 years is precious. And I'll never fucking trade my time again. Never, ever. No matter how much money you want to give me. I'm 34, I'm going to be 40 in 6 years. There's no amount of money that can buy back my time. For you young guys, the sooner you fucking get free, the better it's going to be. I promise you that, boy. I promise you that. Fuck chasing power. Fuck chasing all this trappings of status, the cars, the fucking clothes, the fucking house you can't afford. Chase freedom. Chase fulfillment. Chase the fucking life that you want to live, and live it starting today. That's it. As always, I wish you all the motherfucking best in the world.